Hello beautiful people, welcome to Consciously. My name is Iris and today we're going to do a yoga flow that very much focuses on arm strength and core strength. So we're going to first strengthening arms and core, and then we're going to be flowing into crow position, which needs both of those things. So if you like, you can keep a block ready. If you feel like you might need a block but you don't have one, you can also use a very thick book. Instead, it won't make a difference. You don't have to buy a fancy yoga block if you don't want to. We're gonna start in a seated position, either cross-legged like I'm sitting here, or on your knees, whatever you prefer. And here, either soften the gaze or close the eyes, whatever feels more fitting, more authentic to you right now. And then just shift your attention gently towards your breath and notice how the inhale and how the exhale feels without changing either of those. And if you notice any thoughts coming up, then just try to watch them, notice them without interacting with them. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your jaw relaxed, your tongue does not touch the roof of your mouth. Make sure you're sitting up straight, but without tension. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Breathe deep into your belly. Feel how it moves with the inhale and how it sinks back down with the exhale. Inhale, feel your belly move. You can put your hand there if you like. And exhale, the belly gets a little bit smaller. Inhale, you get wide and big, and exhale, the belly sinks down again. Deep inhale through your nose, and full exhale out through the nose. Inhale in through the nose, and full exhale out through the nose. With the next inhale, lift your arms up high, the shoulders stay relaxed. And with the exhale, let the hands sink down to your sides again. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, hands down. Move slowly as if through water. Inhale, hands lift up. The fingers interlace, the palms face upwards. And exhale, let the palms face towards you and round your back. Put the hands in front of you. Inhale, palms up. Lift the chest. And exhale, round through into this cat position. Inhale, rise up, chest lift slightly forward, and exhale into a round spine. Inhale, lift up, release the hands. The right hand comes to your left knee and the left hand is behind your bottom. With the inhale, you lengthen, and with the exhale, see if you can slowly twist, softly twist a little bit more. You don't have to if that feels like too much of a twist in your spine. It's always just an option. Inhale, make sure you grow long and tall. And exhale, if you want to, you can slightly twist deeper. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the arms up high. And exhale, left hand to the right knee and right hand behind you. Make sure that you don't sit back, but that you're still sitting up straight. And with the inhale, you grow taller. And with the exhale, you can focus on your twist, whatever that means to you. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, twist. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, release to the middle. Now we're going to warm up the wrists, so put your hands right in front of you and close the palms. Open them up, close them tightly, open them up, tight, open, tight, open, tight, open, tight. And now we're going to keep the intensity of the movement, but we're going to increase speed. And then we're going to slowly raise the arms up high and slowly out to the sides. Down and in front of you. Second round. Keep the intensity going even though it's hard. And to the sides. And lower the arms and put them up in front of you. Last round. I know this burns right now, but we're going to need the wrists to be warmed up for the practice. We're almost done, I promise. I promise I feel this too. And shake it out. Whew. That was intense. But now we're gonna go on all fours. And it's important to spread your hands very wide, press every part of the hand equally into the floor. Put the wrists underneath your shoulders and the knees underneath your hip points. And with the inhale, you're gonna get into a controlled hollow back position. And with the exhale, pull your bottom and your chin together into a cat spine position. Inhale, forward, lift your chest, and exhale, round your back. Inhale, gaze forward, lift the chest, controlled hollow back, and exhale into cat pose. Inhale. And last one, exhale. Sit back for a moment and just watch me while I explain something that we're gonna do now. So, we're gonna do this in the next couple of seconds, which is we're gonna walk the knees back, and you don't want to drop your hips here, and you don't want to keep them too high. To keep the core engaged, you just want to be right in the middle, and you're gonna keep sucking the navel up to the spine. And from here, we're gonna be working on Chaturanga. Now, we're not gonna do Chaturanga in this practice. Chaturanga is this. We don't want to do this. But what we do want to do is something to prepare our arms, because we need those Chaturanga arms for crow pose. This is actually a very helpful practice for crow. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to do kind of push-ups, but not quite. We're going to stay on knees, and you're only going to bend the arms so far that you can come up. So if that means that you can go at this length and can come up again, perfect, do that. If you cannot do this, it's really hard, go there. Go as far down as you can come up again, whatever that means to you. So now together, walk the hands forward. Make sure that you don't drop your hips or keep them too high, but keep them nice and engaged. And lower down, rise up. Lower down, rise up. The core is engaged. Lower down, rise up. Lower down, rise up. And then lower down onto your belly. With the inhale, you're gonna come into the baby cobra. Make sure that your hands don't push. It's just the lower back that pulls your body upward. Then push into the hands and sit back into child's pose. Feel into your hands, your arms, your shoulders, your core. And then we're going to come up for round 2. So, once again, check your hands, check your hips, and low down, rise up, low down, rise up, lower down, rise up, lower, and rise, lower, and rise. And lower down as controlled and slow as you can onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Make sure you don't push your neck up too far, but keep the gaze long and in front of you. And then push back into child's pose. Breathe deep and relax. Come forward. Last round in this kind of push-up variation exercise. Check your hips, check your hands, that your palms push equally into the floor, and then start to lower and rise. Lower and rise. Lower and rise. Low and rise. And now as controlled and as slow as you can, lower onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, and exhale, sit back into child's pose. Keep the toes curled under. And from here we're gonna lift the knees, pull the hips back into down dog. Walk the feet in place, just to give the back of your legs a little stretch. Wake them up. Make sure to elongate the spine, rotate the shoulders outwards so that you're gonna have room here and to protect the shoulders. If your heels cannot touch the floor, that's perfectly fine. They don't have to. Just keep them a little bit, the knees a little bit bent so that your spine can grow long. You see a lot of times people who are in down dog like this, and that's just not what the pose is for. I'd rather have you bend your knees and your heels don't touch the floor than have you compromise in your spine. And from here, you're gonna lift heels and roll forward. Pull the navel up to your spine, roll forward. Keep the hips nice and in the middle, not sunken down or very high, but so that your core is engaged here. And then roll the heels to the side. Put more weight on the right hand and lift the left arm up high for side plank. Don't let the hip drop here. Everything is nice and engaged. The shoulders stack up stack up, and your left shoulder should not be like this, but straight up. And then we're going to roll onto the other side. And lift. Then come back into the middle. You can lower the knees and lower down as controlled as you can. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back into child's pose. The toes are already curled under. And you can lift the knees, pull the hips backwards for down dog. Rotate your arms, your shoulders. Keep the core engaged. Keep the spine nice and long. And then we're going to inhale, lift the heels, and roll forward into plank pose. Don't drop the hips here. Push the heels back, the chest forward, and then roll to the right side for side plank. You can also either put the left leg like this, so you can have an additional kind of just help yourself with your leg, or you can put the leg on the other side and push your heart forward and upward for flip dog or wild thing. Both names are acceptable. Then come back into the middle and shift to the other side. Choose the plank variation that you like best, either like this, or maybe if you want to come into wild thing with a slight back bend. We're going to meet back in plank pose. Either you can lower the knees or just lower your entire body onto the belly, onto the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, you can either go straight to down dog or into child's position, and from child's position to down dog. No matter which route you take, we're going to meet here in down dog. Walk the feet together. Pull the left heel backwards, and when you can't pull it backwards anymore, pull it up, up, up. Slow and controlled. Don't open the hips here. Then you're gonna pull the heel to the bottom, lift your left heel and push forward, knee to the left upper arm, right upper arm, sorry. Inhale, extend the leg back for three-legged dog. Exhale, now you're gonna go across with the knee to the left upper arm. Inhale, back up for three-legged dog. Exhale, right upper arm. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, knee forward, heel to the bottom. Push through the arms. And inhale, back to three-legged dog. Last round, exhale. Knee pulls up, up, up. Round through the back. And inhale. Back up to three-legged dog. Exhale. Go across with the knee. And then you're gonna lower the left heel to the ground. You're gonna extend through the left leg. You can either keep it lifted or put it on the floor and come into this fallen triangle side plank variation. Exhale, lower the left hand and roll onto the outside of your left foot. The right leg comes behind you, and you can either lift up for side plank, or you can lift the chest into the back bend into Wild Thing. Then you're gonna lower into this seated position and roll onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, either back into child's pose and then into down dog, or you can go straight to down dog. Go through your checklist here, make sure that your spine is long, that your shoulders rotate outwards. And breathe deep. Walk the feet together. Pull the left heel back, 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 and then up, up, up. Slow and controlled, the feet are engaged. And then pull the heel to the bottom and exhale, left knee, left upper arm. Inhale, lift up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right upper arm. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, back up into three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, round the back. And inhale, back up into three-legged dog. Last round. Shift forward, knee as high as possible on the upper arm. And inhale, back up. And exhale, across. Lower the back heel and then extend through the left heel, either on the floor or lifted. And then you're gonna go into a side plank variation. And then you're gonna switch arms, roll onto the outside of the right foot, and put the other foot either down behind you or on the other foot. And then you can, if you want to, go into Wild Thing by lifting the chest upwards into a back bend, or you can just stay in a side plank. Then you can low down into seated and just roll onto your belly. Inhale, back bend, and exhale into down dog or into child's pose and then into down dog. This is your body, your energy. You decide what happens here. And then you're gonna walk the feet as wide as the yoga mat, and you're gonna walk your hands back into Malasana, a deep yogi squat. In Malasana, you wanna keep the chest lifting up, and you also don't wanna drop your bottom, you want to lift up. This makes the pose much more active, much more difficult, but it also more effective. You can push the arms together and push the elbows and the knees together. So the knees push inwards and the elbows push outwards. If your heels don't touch the floor, you can also keep them lifted if that helps you keeping the back straight and the hips open. We're gonna breathe deep here. And then we're gonna lower the arms and walk the feet together. So, from here, we're gonna work on crow pose. In crow pose, you put the hands as wide as the elbows onto the floor, and the elbows pull together slightly. That's what I meant by Chaturanga arms. The elbows pull together slightly, and you're gonna create a little shelf with your arms, and on the shelf you're gonna put your knee. So, like this. You can also now use your block and start on your block. Whoop, whoop. Then your bottom and your whole body is already a little bit higher, and it's a little bit easier to just shift the weight. So you're gonna lift the hips, put the hands in front of you, push into the floor with the hands equally, pull the elbows towards each other, make this little shelf, and then you're gonna put more weight onto the hands. You can either say here, this is already crow. This is already a variation of crow pose. You do not have to lift the legs if you feel like this is not working for you. Like I said, this is your practice. You decide what happens. You can always come back out of it, take a little break, take the outside of your hands and pull them, put them onto your ribs so you can have a nice little stretch through the wrists. You can move your fingers here. Just notice how that feels. And then, if you feel ready, you can come back for crow pose. If you're already here, you can maybe lift one leg, put it down, lift the other leg, the other foot, put it down. If this feels like already very much work, you can always stay here and come back if you like. I'm gonna come down from the block because sitting and breathing is much more comfortable without it. So, roll the wrists, shake the hands, feel it out a little. Before we're going to go back into round 3. So if you've already given up, maybe, just maybe try to come back to it, even if you don't come into the Instagrammable flying crow. Just come onto your arms, put the knees in onto your hands and onto your arms, not onto your hands. Don't matter. English is not my first language. And just see what happens. If you come back to the practice, you will notice that it gets easier with time. It's just practice. If you can't do something, that does not make it any less yoga. So, push the hands into the floor. The knees are on the upper arms. Make sure you don't round your neck, because then you might fall and roll. Make sure you just look straight down, lift one leg, and if you want to, you can lift the other leg. You can always stay here. Don't feel pressured by some random chick on YouTube. If you're here with the feet high, maybe draw them a little bit higher to your bottom. And release. Feel it out. Make sure to be whatever movement your wrists need right now. And now for the last core bit, we're gonna come into boat pose, into a little bit of a boat pose flow. Put the hands onto the back of your leg. Lean backwards so that you balance between your sit bones and the lowest part of your spine. And push the chest slightly forwards and upwards. Get lighter in the feet. And then lift the feet parallel to the floor. You can always keep your hands here or extend the arms to the front and breathe. This is also a good exercise for the hip flexors. And now we're gonna work the core a little bit more. You can either keep the hands here or extend them. We're gonna roll through the spine and lower, 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 but keep the shoulders lifted. You can extend through the legs if you want, and then we're gonna come back up into full boat. Then we're gonna lower into half boat and come up for boat. Lower into half boat, slow and controlled, and come back up. One last time, we're gonna lower, 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 and then we're gonna come onto a back. Inhale and exhale. Maybe exhale through the mouth and let something go. I know I always feel a little silly when I do it, but it feels so good, so whatever. Then we're gonna walk our feet a little bit closer to our bottom so that our hands can almost touch the heels. And with the inhale, we're gonna lift the hips up high. You can walk your hands together and either press into the floor, or you can interlace the fingers and maybe walk your shoulders together a little bit more. The knees slightly pull towards each other. The legs are engaged. The back is engaged for this shoulder bridge. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands, come onto your tippy toes. And slowly lower your hips. Until they touch the floor. Walk your feet out. And let the knees drop from one side to the other side, as if wipers for the windshields of your car. This is good for relaxing the lower spine. You can extend the hands to the side, either with straight arms or keep the arms bent at the elbow. And next time that your legs are on the right side, turn your head to the left side or keep it straight if that feels better for your neck. Just relax. Your knees don't have to touch the floor. Just keep a relaxed and nice twist in your spine. Start to return to the natural rhythm of your breath. Relax the shoulders, the hands, the spot between your eyebrows. And then switch sides. Look to the other side, to the right side, and the knees fall as relaxed as possible to the left side. Try to not hold any tension here. And with the next inhale, come back to the middle and pull your knees towards your chest and give yourself a big hug. And if you want, you can draw circles with your knees to relax the lower back, to massage the lower back. Don't forget to switch the circle in between. I always like to draw one big circle in this direction and then a circle in the other direction, and then just from side to side. And the last pose we're going to do here is called Happy Baby. We're going to grab either the ankles or the outside of our feet. The elbow is still on the inside of the leg and you're just grabbing to the outside of the foot or the ankle, whatever feels like it's reachable and comfortable for you. So if this does not feel comfortable, it does not matter whether the pose on Instagram or in the book says you have to grab the outside. You can always do this instead. Always adapt the pose to your body and not the other way around. You can push the feet into the hands and the hands pull your feet down to make the pose a little more active if you like. And then we're going to release Happy Baby and come into our Shavasana. The feet are as wide as the mat. The feet also fall to the outside. Very relaxed pose. Either keep the gaze soft or close the eyes. And make sure that you do not hold any tension in the muscles of your face, in your jaw, in your tongue, in your hands, in your torso, in your legs, in your feet. Make sure you let the breath flow evenly without deepening, without pushing. This moment is just for relaxation. Your thoughts might jump around from things that already happened or that will happen in the future. Try to return your attention to the breath. To bring movement back into your hands, your fingers, into your feet, your toes. You can also stretch out, just like you would waking up in the morning. When you're ready, roll to the side. And then push yourself up into a seated position again. Either keep the eyes closed or the gaze relaxed and just feel into your body, how it feels after practice, how your hands feel, your arms, but also your back, your legs, your mind. And just notice any difference that you might feel. Then bring your hands together and bow to yourself for the time you took for this practice. Bow to the great human that you are. And I also bow to you in gratitude for your trust, for you sharing this practice. I hope you might return so we can practice yoga together once again. And yeah, this is it for today. Namaste.